Okay, on with the No Way Home trend train. We're looking at reused scenes in Spider-Man No Way Home from The Amazing Spider-Man. I got that right?
That's right, yes.
It says TASM.
Yeah.
So I was like, TASM.
That's an acronym.
I know what an acronym is, Achara. The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3. I was confident that there was some reused footage in No Way Home.
And you were absolutely right.
It's just because of the way the actors were behaving. I'm like, were these guys even on set? Because it doesn't feel like they're connecting with one another. In particular, there was the scene where Sandman turns back into a person. And Tobey Maguire is like, you'll be all right, buddy. And he's just like looking at his hands. And then Lizard, he didn't even look up. I mean, he was looking at his hands too or something. Like, it was just awkward. Something felt like a disconnect. It reminded me of Furious 7, where Vin Diesel's telling Paul Walker like some sage advice, as you do if you're Vin Diesel, in an airplane. And then Paul Walker smiles at him when Paul Walker would say something back because he's got smart answers. But he didn't, because I feel like that was footage that was taken from another Furious movie, right? And so I am very curious to see, this is only 40 seconds long. How are we gonna make 8 minutes out of this video? Okay, here we go. 8 minutes. There is the popular notion that YouTubers make 10-minute videos because that's what you need in order to have mid-rolls. You're wrong! It's 8 minutes because YouTube changed the rules. So, that's why you see a lot of YouTubers with like videos that are 8 minutes and 1 second. Here we go. Okay, there's The Amazing Spider-Man on the left, No Way Home on the right.
Okay.
How is that the same shot?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's a different angle.
Maybe it's a different angle.
That makes a lot of sense, because you know, sometimes they shoot actors with multiple cameras at the same time.
Yeah.
See, he's looking at his hand. I told you.
Yeah.
That was it? That was the end of the video?
Yeah.
It said scenes. I guess that is plural.
They are reused scenes.
Two scenes. Talking about? It is an alternate.
Yeah. Why does it? Oh, I was gonna be like, why does it look clearer in the Spider-Man 3 one? Then I answered my own question in my head. I was like, yeah, because that's obviously we don't have nice footage of No Way Home right now.
Here's the fascinating thing.
Yes.
Because when I saw No Way Home, I was like, wow, they de-aged him really well. I realized that's just old footage. But he still looks cleaner. Like, look at the wrinkles on the left versus the right. They still cleaned him up for some odd reason. I don't know why.
The beauty filter. I mean, everybody loves the beauty filter.
But why? Like, why didn't they just leave the wrinkles in so it matches Spider-Man 3? That's a little bit odd to me.
They de-aged him in the movie for the new scenes that he was shooting, like whatever scenes he was shooting for No Way Home. So then when they put the images side by side with the de-aging that was done on him in No Way Home, and then took the footage from Spider-Man 3, they were like, oh, well, we need to correct this because we've gone too far.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, do I need to explain this a third time?
I don't...
Okay, so the actor...
That was the only scene where you see his face.
Right, okay, fine, whatever.
As far as I remember, because the entirety of the...
But still, you could kind of see him underneath the sand.
I don't even know what he did in this movie, to be honest with you. I never properly looked at the credits to see if there was anyone else who, like, because it sounds so much like his voice. I'm like, it made me wonder if he ever showed up. Maybe it was cheaper to use that footage than to de-age him and have him show up to set. I just wonder what the logistics were in his involvement in this movie, that's all.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if there were lines reused, or if he actually showed up to dub, because you never actually see him.
I imagine that he's probably wearing one of those mocap suits and he's just there hanging out.
Spider-Man No Way Home star Thomas Hayden Church was never on set. That's about as much as we got.
Okay.
But he probably did the voiceover then.
Okay, so maybe there was someone else who was doing the body? Or they just put the body in post?
In fact, as VFX supervisor Kelly Port revealed in a recent interview, Church was apparently able to make his contributions to the film without ever actually showing up on the film set. There were two parts to him, where he was more humanoid and talking, and when he's in the sanctum, Port explained to befores and afters in a far-ranging talk about the film's visuals. Well, we had his voice. We weren't able to get a lot of visuals on him, but we were able to get his voice for sure, and we got scans and textures and things like that. He did the voiceover, and that was about it.
Okay.
With a writhing, swirling villain like Sandman, though, Church's voice was the truly vital factor, in addition to the effects, in bringing the character's big screen return convincingly to life. Today's technology afforded the VFX team far more freedom in playing up Sandman's final form than was available when he first debuted in Sam Raimi's 2007 Spider-Man threequel. Report said the creators tried to make the most of that, armed, of course, with Church's vocal contributions.
Why wasn't he able to?
Who knows? I would love to know. What are you doing that is so important that you can't show up to Spider-Man No Way Home? Like, what are you doing? Biggest movie, arguably, of 2021. It is the biggest movie of 2021, right? Like, there's no bigger movie from 2021 than Spider-Man No Way Home.
In terms of box office.
Yeah, whether you loved it or not, that was the biggest movie of 2021. And why couldn't you show up?
Or maybe they were just like, you don't have to show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the VFX guys will take care of that.
It's fine.
They'll take out the C-stands and all the wires and the blue screen and all the leaks.
Yeah.
You know, they'll take care of that.
No, they did not take care of the leaks. There were too many.
They'll just VFX that out. They'll just take it out in post. All the leaks will be gone. Now, presumably, yeah, so it said right here in the video, same scene from different angle with Lizard. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's the exact same performance almost, right?
Yeah.
Same teardrop, same crying, wind in his hair.
Yeah.
Same expression, and he turns. It's so bizarre to me, though, that they shot this close-up from 2 different angles. Like,
yeah, it's basically the same-ish close-up.
And profile.
Yeah.
Now, I would imagine that maybe, just maybe, there was the close-up from The Amazing Spider-Man, and the side angle, the profile, was a wider take. I mean, we're seeing it tight here. I think it was a wider shot in the final product of No Way Home. And so they just got his wider angle for some odd reason from the side, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? But that's what they did, and it worked out just fine.
Yeah.
You know? Most people are none the wiser until YouTube.
Most people, except for Jabby Koei, who while watching it was like, this feels weird.
It felt bizarre that they didn't interact. That's why it was weird.
I think I was just so bamboozled by all the spectacle.
And you also didn't see them in the interviews. You saw Willem Dafoe, who apparently used to pronounce his name William I forgot. There's a Conan O'Brien video that I just saw today where he pronounced his name totally different. And he pronounced his first name as William, and instead of Dafoe, it was Dafoe, or something stupid like that.
William Dafoe.
Even his family disagrees about how to pronounce his last name. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, that's beside the point. You saw him, you saw Jamie Foxx, and you saw Doc Ock in the interviews, right?
Yes, but your brother got to interview Rhys Ifans.
Seriously? What?
Yeah.
Are they allowed to talk about Kingsman?
John, why don't you ask the first question? This experience making.
Well, this is for Kingsman.
I'm sorry. Are they allowed to ask about Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Very happy bedfellows, I think, you know, and I think.
Oh, come on.
Right. I've never worked with anyone who uses the camera so physically, if you like.
He didn't ask about Spider-Man.
Yeah, he didn't. Anyway,
sorry about that. That's probably a question that's off limits.
I just saw that he had interviewed Rhys Ifans, and then I just put 2 and 2 together in my poorly functioning brain. But yes, of course, he was in Kingsman 3. Actually, someone had that question in the comments. They said, ask him why he didn't show up in No Way Home.
Well, that was fun. We managed to get our 8 minutes. And I thought that this for me was gratifying because it was confirmation of what I knew when I watched it. There was some kind of weird, screwy, uncanny valley effect where I'm like, no, something's not computing. And here we go. This is why. My overly analytical brain saved me once again. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this thing up because you enjoyed it and I enjoyed making it for you. I think it's like this relationship that we've got going on. Awesome. Let's keep this going forever. Let's put a ring on it. I'm Jabby Koei. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.